We got ourselves Team 1 together with Soul. We got ourselves Zikala. We got ourselves Seavark as a mage. We got ourselves Boom. And we got ourselves Quiddles as a Necrolord Monk. Yes, he actually is Necrolord Monk. We got ourselves iFox and the other team of Survival Chilpa as the Frost DK. Switching up his Mog a little bit. All red looking. Byers as a Boomy. We got ourselves Revendare as a Beastmaster Hunter. Gonna go for a... I was gonna say a Flight. And Peachy as a Feral this time. Necrolord Feral, that's gonna look really interesting. That's gonna be Chilpas going for Zikala, who's playing that Necrolord Survival Hunter. Chilpas taking a bit of damage from the Survival Hunter, though. It's gonna hit him with a stun, trying to make those big obliterates work, but looks like he's gonna have to turn the attention to the Slime Pet. Trying to see if he can take out the Slime Pet pretty quickly. Fleshcraft right after. In case Zikala gets some damage rolling, he might as well go for Fleshcraft of his own. Can't even hit the guy anyway. No Frost Mages? We had some Frost Mages on the U, but I think Seavark is Arcane. Pretty sure he's Arcane. Zikala getting blasted with lots and lots of frosty damage from the dragon. It's going to go for a self-heal himself, but that's going to be mostly out of cooldowns at this point. And Chilpa's actually, he does have Frost Presence Aura, so the Presence Aura does actually put extra CD on a lot of his defensives. It does put a CD extra on defenses, like Exhilaration becomes 3-minute cooldown, Charlotte becomes a 4-minute cooldown as long as the Death Knight is nearby. Does get the stun as the freeze comes out, so he's gonna have Zikala nearby, at least taking a little bit of that damage. Not gonna have enough time in order to get himself a full Manic Banish, and just gonna be Chilpas putting big pressure onto Zikala. Has the Necrolord ability rolling. That's actually doing quite a bit of damage to Chilpas. Did some of the pet to sacrifice it and obliterate, slamming down the Survival Hunter with Boom. Gonna be up next as the Demonology Warlock going for a port with the Reflect in case Chilpas goes for a grip or an interrupt. Is going to get a stun, maybe a Tyrant. Looks like the early Tyrant comes out as the pets are up. Chilpas is going to go for the line side of the Tyrant. The pets themselves are also going to do a lot of work. The Vile Fiend joins the fight as well. And as long as he can avoid the cast from Tyrant, he'll be okay. But even those pets are doing work. So Death Strikes do come out. He's going to get a grip at the Boom, but does use the Soul Shape in order to get out of there. And Chilpa's just kind of stuck back there with the pets, having to track a long way towards Boom. But he's going to have a legendary that does shift between empowering the pet's damage and his damage back and forth. So his main Felguard is going to do a lot of damage this duel if he can get a lot of procs for it. And Chilpas goes in for a lot of self-heals. Actually find himself a lot of rooting power to get a bunch of Death Strikes. Not the biggest heal ever, but whatever heal you can get in this kind of a duel, in this kind of a situation, anything helps at this point. Boom is under a bit of pressure, but Mortal Coil should send Chilpas running in the other direction. I don't think he has a way to deal with Mortal Coil. He does put Relentless this duel, though, which I think is might actually put Relentless every other duel, but the Mortal Coil just doesn't last as long. Trying to get a Vile Fiend off, but also trying to get interrupted. Chilpas does have Pillar of Frost rolling, so it's going to be Boom going for a port. Is going to get himself another Vile Fiend running. That Vile Fiend damage is also pretty good, like the autos, but also the empowerment for your Tyrant. That's like the biggest damage for it. The biggest value, because the Vile Fiend is, I think, same health as a Tyrant, so it's like not a Tyrant but the same health as a Felguard, like the Summon Felguard, unless I'm wrong on that one. Stun to Boom. Basically what I'm saying is the Vile Fiend just does so much to empower your Tyrant. Vile Fiend itself is pretty good, but it makes your Tyrant even better. Mortal Coil available, or I mean Lynchborn available for Chilpas, trying to live through the fears. Boom under a lot of pressure, does get a stun from his pet, does not have a Mortal Coil. Does he have any mobility? He can run around the box. He does have a port available if you can get away from Chilpas. Chilpas does summon up a whole new pet. Has it ready to sacrifice if ever needed. This is going to be in a decent spot. The pet actually goes for a stun. That has been taken out of next patch, 9.5. The pet will no longer do a stun for Frost Death Knights and Blood DKs, which I guess will not DR your pet or your stuns when you don't need them. Boom, though, taking a lot of pressure. That Frosty Howling Blast at the end was just going to do a lot of work. Is going to break out with a human racial against Soul. As the damage comes out, Thorns are up. Soul's just going in for big damage. Everything being popped here. Barkskin is getting used right now as Chilpa's trying to survive this stun to Soul, not shrinking out of this just yet. Gonna wait it out a little bit. Chilpa's is bled up quite a bit though. He's hemorrhaging right now. Not good of a situation. Soul does get another reset. Super good for him. And Chilpas does have CDs coming back. This is going to be at least a lot of runic power to get back. So that's Death Strikes for days. Does have himself Death Pact as well. Does necrotic a portion of his health, but if you can stay away from Soul until that health necrotic is gone, he might be okay. It looks like he's actually trying to get some offensive damage onto Soul himself. He's trying to chase after the cat. I feel like this is where Soul would want to kind of leap in on him because he is necrotic out. Fleshcraft coming in. Does go for an interrupt of Fleshcraft. I don't think he had the CC immunity Fleshcraft, but I could be wrong on that one. He's going to get a stun to Soul. Could be really bad. Chupas does have Pillar of Frost available. It's going to be Trinket. Maim on Chupas. Convoke coming out. Going to be an intro, but still the dots come in. The bites come in. And the Death Knight Overlord gets taken down by a cat. But actually not a bad cat at all. A quick cat. A fast cat. It's going to be 5 minutes into the duel, 1% damage. I mean, Chupa's fought tooth and nail, dude. The amount of healing the Death Knights have is just non-existent. So I guess the pressure of the bleeds and the bites from Soul, that's actually so good. He fought as well as he could, man. That's a top one. I mean, he went through Boom. He went through Survival Hunter too. So that's 2 people. And without it, because it's cooldowns. Like, I feel like if he came in with every single CD, I feel like it would have been a different story. Soul getting hit with a stun. It's going to be iFox with a Kyrian Resonant Arrow, making a bit of damage happen. Soul having to pop a wall here is going to have to look for a self-heal. And iFox is doing a bunch of damage to Soul right now. He does create some line of sight, though, charging in with the Cheetah. But looks like Soul is going to go for them roots and try to bail out of there. Is Soul playing Bash or is he playing a Mass Entangle this round? I feel like... Was that a Mass Entangle? Because I know he rooted the pet. The pet is rooted over there somewhere. So 10k bites and Chill can survive that? Dude, those bites hurt. Those bites really hurt. Random freeze and trap gets Soul out, but looks like he's charging at iFox. Hits him with a maim, trying to make a bunch of damage happen. Big bites coming in. That's going to be Thorns available as well. And that's going to be Menace available for iFox, but I don't really know if it's going to be enough here. He's still under a lot of pressure. Bark's going to be available for Soul. Still has Thorns up. That's going to be iFox actually charging in. Soul trying to Soul Shape out of that. Looks like he's just going to go for a full line of sight. Try to cut him out. iFox has himself a good position so far. Does have a 100's mark on Soul. Will not be able to reset. Still landing that re-stun though either way. Does he go for the big bite here? He just needs one more. Feign Death into a trap. Does get himself acceleration. Does go for those manning bandages. Soul is just always so close to taking down iFox. Power shifts out of it immediately. Good power shifting out of that one to try to prevent the fear. That's going to be iFox under a lot of pressure again. Feign Death coming out. Needs himself another freezing trap soon. Thorns available. Soul does pop a wall here, though. That is a pretty big defensive. Turn it around onto the pet instead. Trying to put some bleeds on that thing. But iFox, I think he's waiting for that freezing trap that whole time. Manning Bandage, I don't know if he had the dots available on him. Looks like there was a buy that still went through, though. And iFox, I think, is down for the count with Soul. Who's going up next? It's going to be Byron's the Boomy. With that, well, he does have a trinket, so I was going to say without a trinket, this could be really bad for the Convoke. Because the Boomy Convoke is going to be mean. That's going to be Maim, forcing a trinket out of Byron's. And Byron's did not trust in the Thorns. He probably thought, you know what, I'm gone. I'm a goner. I would have probably trusted, because you do get himself a Friends of Region at that point. But that does force out a trinket out of Soul. Convoke coming out. He's actually going to give him a taste of his own medicine. Does not die completely. The Barksy does keep him alive. And that's going to be a short maim into Byron's just to disrupt the Convoke. And Byron's is F3. Okay. That'll be easy for me to switch around back and forth. Byron's though pushing in, still has Incarnation. That's a lot of damage from the Star Surges. Silence in case Soul tries to go for a heal, and Soul does go for the line of sight immediately. Needs to get himself recovery, standing on his feet as best as he can, not finish on the regrowth, trying to just stay away from Byron's, letting those healing over time with Rejuve do work. And I'm guessing he's got Rejuve, right? I'm guessing he's got Rejuve. Yeah, so that's Swipman right there. So you're just letting the healing over time just do work by itself. Byron's though, try to see if we can get to Soul Paw. Actually, just staying in cat form, just trying to see if we can catch up to him. Thorns available for Soul. Not much you can really do with Byron's. That's going to be a nice short stun into a bite. Trying to see if he might be able to create pressure onto Byron's. Byron's does get himself into an Eclipse. Bash into Soul Paw. Into a Cyclone. Does not have a ticket for it. So Byron's is going to get himself some recovery. We are at that 10-minute mark, boys, though. 33% dampening. So the healing is going to be heavily reduced. Soul actually catch himself a restyle there in between them. So that's going to be nice open onto Byron's, putting up a big bleed on him. And Byron's having to go for regrowth. That Skull Patch, though, could maybe have enough pressure. Does he have enough pressure? Bark's going to available for Byron's. That's going to be the big self-heal, where Soul is trying to chase him away with them bites. But I don't know if he'll be able to do it enough. Byron's does he have cooldowns coming in. Thorns are available, and Soul is going to be a little bit careful here. He's going to be a tad careful. Just going to go for a bit of a reset. Does not get himself a re-stealth, but at least a bit of a reset away from Byron's. Get some cooldowns back. There was his Berserk available. It was his Berserk used for that fight. Probably has a Convoke coming in by now, because Byron's has the Trinket back up, and you try to Convoke during the Trinket. Most likely, oh, no, not actually get a Trinket out of Byron's without having to press Convoke. So that's pretty big damage either way. So Byron's next main, next bash that's no DR, that Convoke is going to go full. It's going to be full send. Trinket for Soul, taking him out without having to use Convoke. Has Convoke save for whoever is up next after this. And Byron's, does he stay alive in the pot? Looks like he does not. Looks like it's going to be Peachy or Revendare up next. And Peachy, as per usual, just kind of catatonically staring at a wall. He always does that. I don't know what's going on. I hope he's okay. Next is going to be Revendare, the Beast Mastery Hunter. Now, this could be the fight of the century for Soul. No Trinket either, so that's going to be really bad for him. But it's going to get the pets and the hunter out. Biting shot coming in. Looks like he's not going to get hit in the biting shot. The pets are getting Bestial Wrath and empowered. Soul better be in a good... Actually, no. Bestial Wrath hasn't come in yet. There it goes. Convoke the Spirits coming out. Trying to see if he can take it out. The pets, by the looks of it, is going to get interrupted on this. He's kind of backpedaling, shuffling away. Need himself as much healing as he can. 44% dampener. Stunner to Soul with Barks. And I think Revendare might still have him either way, though. That's just so much consistent damage. Does get himself a heal at the last second. Trying to see if he can Soul Shape out of it. The pets are rooted. Wait, does he... Is he past through playing Mass Entangle? I think he is Mass Entangle for the pets. He adjusted his strategy in case he ends up fighting Revendare. I think that's the play. Mass Entangle the pets, so at least you can get away from them. And no more Hunter's Mark on him, so he actually gets a full reset. Soul sneaking in from around the corner of the pillar. Does get the damage to the Revendare. As he's going to stun with the pets, he knows that there's traps available right after. And he's going to throw down the Kyrian Resonant Arrow. He wants to have Soul walk through all the traps, but Soul's going to tuck tail and run, get the hell out of there, as the pets are going to get hit with a root. Mass Root is actually working out for Soul pretty well here. He's playing that Soul root aggressively. He sees the pets popping cooldowns. He's like, okay, let's get him out of there. Let's get him all out of there. Might need to go for a bit of a reheal. I see he's not going to be able to get himself a proper re-stealth. Revendare, the jumping down for him. Soul, can he get himself a setup? Trick is still available for Revendare, if anything. Trying to get the big old bites onto the Hunter. Void Operation is getting activated. Taking a few bites back to back, though. That is a lot of damage. The custom shot does slow him down quite a bit. Soul Shape is there to get the mobility. Does back out. Knows there's traps still nearby. Trying to avoid that corner of the traps. Looks like maybe the traps are gone. He knows there's going to be a trap coming out soon, though. Revendare does have to pop a turtle. Did get away from the pets quite a bit. I think Soul might have rooted the pets behind the pillar that went out for Revendare. Revendare was probably expecting for the... Both of the pets die with Convoke coming out. Whoa, my goodness. The pets melted. And I think the Hunter just had nothing left there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Looks like Peachy's the last one left. And Peachy's feral this time. So this could be a more even game. Peachy, my man, it's you. You're back. You're in. Just walking out of the tree. This tree forming out of there. Drawing his weapons, dude. He's ready to brawl, man. This guy's ready to brawl. He's going in there. One or the other, but Soul comes out with a 1v5. That one of them was a seed pod, but still should count towards him. Big old 1v5 for your boy Soul. I could roll for Valheim for a big game. Wow.